Gotcha. And how does CBD specifically become CBD oil? What does that process look like?
So you basically grow the plant, and through a couple different processes of having to trim it and make sure it's getting the proper cycles, you have a finished plant that's got bud flowers. And this, a lot of people usually associate that with the THC plant, but the hemp plants also have buds, but they just don't carry that high percentage of THC, which gets you high. So you would pull those flowers off, and there's a lot of different options as far as like ethanol or butane extractions. CO2 is the healthiest, and basically you're hitting the plant with a different substance that is stripping it of its molecules, and you're stripping it of all its terpenes and cannabinoids, which is what the CBD and the CBNs and the CBGs and the THCs is 120 of the CBs and the THs and whatnot. But basically, it turns it into an oil and strips it. So you would spray it with CO2, or you would spray it with butane, and which is not what I recommend at all. Don't do butane, but definitely CO2 is a healthy option. And you turn it into an oil, and then that oil can be put in a processor or a distiller and break down the specific cannabinoids even further. So each cannabinoid has a different boiling point that will either evaporate it and remove it from the oil, or can extract it from the oil, and then you can get a more concentrated version of that specific compound. I'm not an expert by any means, but essentially you grow it, then you're going to have to process it, which is hitting it with CO2 and then putting it in a machine to distill it, boil out any impurities, and extract any specific compounds that you want.
Fantastic.